In this video, we're going over the stretch transition in DaVinci Resolve. There's two ways to do this effect. I'm gonna go over both. One is strictly for studio, unfortunately. To get started, choose your second clip, hold Alt on the keyboard, move it up to the top frame. In the Inspector tab, you go change speed and hit freeze frame to freeze the frame in place. Right click, turn it to a new Fusion clip, and enter into Fusion. Grab your polygon node, drag into empty space, and mask out your main subject. You can hold Control to zoom in. Once you mask out your subject, connect your polygon node to Media 1. In the Inspector tab, add a little soft edge. Hit Control and space to go into your tools. And for the studio version, you type in warp. Again, this only works for the studio version. I'll go over the grid warp node second. In your Inspector tab, you're gonna go on-screen controls. The last selection is scale controls, scale it to 3. Above that, go to point location and change the drop-down menu to timeline frame. Go to frame 12, make it about half a second, assuming that your clip is 24 seconds. From there, you're gonna hit the manual keyframe, and then you're gonna place 3 points on your subject. Go to frame 0, you just wanna take those points and drag them down. Drag them out of the frame. From there, go to about frame 5 or so, and stretch the frames back out, creating the stretch transition. Go to about frame 8. Try to keep it stretched out and get into frame 12, and that gives you a stretch animation. Put a little extra sauce on it, go into the spline editor, click this icon here to zoom to fit, click down here to select all, hit S to smooth out your curves. You can close down the spline editor and go into settings, go into motion blur, crank it up to about, about 5 to 6. And back on the edit page, you're gonna play it till it stops. And you use the arrow key to click back over, right at the point where the animation stops. Highlight the Fusion clip and switch your clip. You can delete the rest. Take the part where the animation occurs and drag it over the top of the previous clip. You can leave it there if you want to, but we're going to add a little extra sauce to it. Go into Effects, under Video Transitions, click, type in Camera, grab the Camera Shake Transition, and place it over the 2 bottom clips. Highlight your transition, go into the Inspector tab, drop this down to about 5, and give you a little subtle shake. Back in the Fusion tab, this is how you actually use the effect if you have the free version of DaVinci. Go in here, I'm actually delete this warper node. Control space, you can type in grid. You're gonna grab the grid warp node, drop it on your timeline, or your node tree rather. Inspector tab, you're gonna hit change from region to selected. And on the grid size, on the X and Y, you're gonna change X to 2 and Y to 3. Effectively, it's give you the same effect. You got 3 points here. We have 1, 2, and 3. Clip is already cut from using the warp node, so I'm just gonna click frame 12. Go over into the Inspector tab and click on the keyframe. And go into frame 0, and I'm gonna drag down. Effectively, you pretty much go through and repeat the same steps. And that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate your time. Check out this playlist for other music video effects, and I'll see you next time.